Hello folks, welcome back to the show here on FlickDirect, where I give you all the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you guys my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and we have a lot to get to this week, so let's just jump into our very first topic, and this is a thing, or a discussion I should say, that I've heard a lot of people talking about. It's really a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but apparently there's a lot of talk out there about Amazon maybe buying AMC theaters. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I think this was about a week or so ago, maybe about a month ago, but it was reported that AMC was filing for bankruptcy so that they could stay alive with their business due to the coronavirus just shutting down businesses entirely. And AMC was one of those companies that was not doing good at all, despite apparently AMC A-List was churning in a profit, to which I was subscribed to AMC A-List. I absolutely loved it when it was in use. I mean, $21 to see 3 movies a week, which included IMAX, D-Box, Dolby, or Prime, but I didn't really have Prime. Or I think, did I mention 3D? If I didn't, I'm going to mention it here again. But of course, like I mentioned beforehand, if you guys have been following the show for quite some time, you will all know that AMC has filed for bankruptcy just so they could stay alive. And I probably know there are rumors that AMC and Amazon are talking about a buyout so that AMC can survive. Now, the question I wonder is, why does AMC reach out to Amazon? Now, don't get me wrong, Amazon Prime, well, Amazon specifically, is one of the most well-known services out there, not just because of delivery, but Amazon Prime specifically is one of the biggest streaming services. Hell, I think it's actually up there with Netflix as one of the biggest streaming services out there, period. I don't know what's going on or who reached out to who, but this will be very, very interesting to see if Amazon does buy out AMC from their bankruptcy. I mean, I feel like that if they do buy out AMC, I feel like that Amazon will be like, hey, if you have an Amazon Prime account, I guess you'll have the same benefits as AMC A-List. That's the only guess that I have. I mean, that's really, I'm just spitballing here. But if they do so, that'd be cool. Coming up onto our next story, we got some news and updates on movie release dates. For specifically, even though one of them isn't really a movie, it's going to be on Disney+, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But starting out with the first two, we got some news on the release dates of Last Night in Soho, which is the new Edgar Wright film, and also for The Green Knight, which is the new A24 Dev Patel film. Both films I really want to see. And unfortunately, both films have been delayed, and definitely because of this damn virus. I have said this before, and I'll say this once again, guys. This coronavirus has been screwing up literally everything, even though I think there is a chance that these movies could be coming out maybe in October, well, fall season, to which that's going to be one that's going to be one credit fall season, or it could come out early next year, maybe next summer. I have no idea. But it's a shame because both The Green Knight and Last Night in Soho, I mean, I love Edgar Wright's film, and then plus it was his first horror film. By the way, no trailer for that film yet, too, which makes me think, where the hell is this thing going? But no, really, other than that, I'm still looking forward to Last Night in Soho, nonetheless. But when it comes to The Green Knight, I mean, A24 films have been generally really, really good, even though they've been polarized a lot amongst audiences, so we'll have to see how that happens, but still, I really, really want to see that. On to the next film that got a brand new release date, and that is the new Mutants, to which now it apparently is going to be coming out August 28th. Give me one moment. Yeah, August 28th. I had to check this to make sure. I really feel so bad for the new Mutants. Like, that film is just cursed straight up, because that film was supposed to come out last year, and then it was supposed to come out in April, and then it just got delayed indefinitely due to the coronavirus, and now it's coming out in August, to which, do we think it's going to be delayed again? But I know there's this common joke of a lot of people saying, oh wait, it's going to come to that release date, or it's going to come close, and they're going to say, oh, they're going to delay it once again, to which, I swear to God, the New Mutants is going to have the new joke of saying the movie that never came out, or the movie that kept getting delayed, seriously. To which, once again, I will say, I feel really bad for the New Mutants, because this is a film that has a lot of potential, and I still really, really want to see it, despite it being the delays. I still want to see it. And then the fourth and final thing that got a release date is apparently Hamilton on Disney+. So if you guys have not seen Hamilton, I'm among those people, because I really don't go see Broadway plays that much unless if it really interests me, although I've heard nothing but amazing things. But it was announced, I don't remember when specifically, but it was announced that Hamilton would be coming to Disney Plus out. Here's the thing, I wonder if they either filmed like the actual stage play with actual cameras or if they made a movie about it. I'm guaranteeing it's the actual stage play, but I think it's just really cool knowing that Lin-Manuel Miranda is putting Hamilton on Disney Plus, and I remember correct, I have to check the release date, but I believe it's July 3rd. Let me check again. Yep, July 3rd. I know. I had to check to make sure. I'm sorry. I really do wonder if they just filmed the stage play with cameras. I wouldn't doubt if that was the case. I mean, seriously, I don't even think they made a script of the Hamilton movie anyways. I mean, did they? Before I go on, guys, with the next news stories of the week, I unfortunately must talk about the passings of two brilliant comedians this week. One, being Jerry Stiller, as you all know, the father of Ben Stiller, one of the funniest guys alive. Well, who was living, I should say, now at this point. And the other being Fred Willard, who you may know from Best in Show, also from his role in Anchorman, to which, if you guys haven't seen Anchorman, please check him out. Now, I will say this right now, I'm not too familiar with all of the comedians' works. I mean, I know Fred Willard from Anchorman, and I know Jerry Stiller because he was Ben Stiller's father, and I believe he was also on Seinfeld. I have to fact check that myself really quick, actually. But yeah, not only was Jerry Stiller on Seinfeld, but he was also on The King of Queens, to which, if you guys have not seen The King of Queens, that was one of the funniest shows out there in general. I mean, I crack up so much when I watched that show. But Fred Willard, now, like I mentioned beforehand, I don't know too much about his work other than Best in Show and, of course, Anchorman, to which, I mean, come on, who can forget about this scene?
Now, I've already done one of those today, so what's the other one gonna be, huh?
Screwing?
I just watched that part today and it still cracks me up. But other than that, to Jerry Stiller's and Fred Willard's closest members of their family and also friends, my deepest condolences. The comedy world lost two geniuses, to say the least. Coming up onto our second to final news story of this week, when I saw this, I became so overjoyed. You guys have no idea. But here's the thing, I don't know if this came from the rumor mill or not, so take this with a big grain of salt. But anyways, I don't know if you guys have seen Entourage. That's one of my favorite shows of all time, and Jeremy Piven as Argold specifically was my favorite part of that show. And apparently, get this, Jeremy Piven himself has teased, I believe this was on his Instagram page, I don't know when this was, but it was really recently, but Jeremy Piven has teased that apparently there are maybe talks of a spin-off show focusing on Ari Gold with Lloyd coming back. If so, oh my god, I want this! I love Ari Gold, even though the main plot of the show is seeing these four friends going to the Hollywood machine together, just living out the journey and all the mistakes that they make together, and Ari Gold being a supporting character. But let me just say this right now, if they make a show or a movie, but no, to the HBO executives, if you're really thinking about making the spin-off, please, for the love of God, make it. Ari Gold is one of the best TV show characters ever created, and if you get Jeremy Piven to reprise his role, I guarantee that this show will be amazing. Well, I can't guarantee it because Entourage hasn't been around for quite some time, but still, a lot of people love Entourage, so maybe knowing that Jeremy Piven gets the spotlight this time around. Well, now that I'm talking about this, I just want to stop filming and rewatch Entourage right now because I love the show that much. But anyways, please, yes, make that show happen. Or if it's a movie, whatever. Moving on to our final news story of this week. When I saw this headline, I just thought, interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, and personally, I don't remember how far back this was announced, but quite a while ago, it was announced that there would be a Scarface remake, even though I think that Scarface is one of the greatest films of all time. And by the way, it's on 4K. Watch it in 4K, it looks absolutely amazing. But for quite some time, there has been a remake for Scarface in the works with a script from the Coen brothers, to which, if you guys are going to get someone to write a script, a remake at that for Scarface, you might as well get the Coen brothers because they're some of the best writers out there. And if I remember correctly, I think that Diego Luna has been attached to play the role of Tony Montana, if I remember correctly, but many directors have come and gone, and apparently now, Luca Guadagnino has signed on to direct the remake of Scarface. Now, if you guys don't know who Luca Guadagnino is, you may know his roles, or his work, I should say, as a director on Call Me By Your Name and the remake of Suspiria. I love the remake of Suspiria. Call Me By Your Name, find a little bit overrated, I'm not gonna lie. Now, how do I feel about Luca Guadagnino remaking Scarface? It's half and half for me because, like I mentioned beforehand, I wasn't a big fan of Call Me By Your Name, but I loved his remake of Suspiria. In fact, it was in my top 10 horror films of the past decade. So it's a very interesting choice to say the least for having him making remake of Scarface. I mean, I'm interested in seeing where he goes from this. I'm curious, but it's interesting to say the least, like I said before, so I want to see how he does this thing. Alrighty guys, and that is going to do it for this week's show. Please comment down and let me know below, how do you guys feel about the rumor, or the possibility I should say, of Amazon buying AMC theaters to help them out of bankruptcy? Do you guys think this is a good choice, or do you think that Amazon is not really the best thing for AMC? Also, when it comes to the new movie release date, specifically for the new Mutants, do you guys think that movie's just not going to come out? Also, with Last Night in Soho and also The Green Knight being delayed indefinitely, were you guys looking forward to those films? Also, when it comes to Hamilton going on Disney Plus on July 3rd, are you guys curious to see how this works out on a streaming platform rather than seeing it in person on stage? Also, when it comes to Jerry Stiller and Fred Willard, what was your favorite performances for both of those comedians? And for the final two stories, when it comes to Jeremy Piven not only teasing his return to the role of Ari Gold, but also maybe having his own spinoff. And finally, how do you guys feel about Luca Guadagnino making a remake of Scarface? Let me know below. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, also share and subscribe. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell whenever a new video from us goes live. If you guys want to see any of our previous two shows, please click on the right there or there. And of course, until our next show next week, we will see you guys next time. Stay safe, guys, and have a great week.